Hey there, hi there, ho there, peeps. It's been a long time since I left a video. Well, I am so proud right now. I was talking to my daughter the other day and telling her about how I was feeling so down, and then I heard something that said that when you think about leaving a legacy or leaving a path, I'm paraphrasing here, but it said something like that we shouldn't look to follow the path of others. Some of us, for those of us that this applies to, some of us, we veer off the course of others to make our own trails. And it was saying that when you do make that trail, that you should not make it selfishly, but leave it for others. Like make the path and leave the trail for others to follow behind. And I had been pretty discouraged thinking about some things that I had done over the years. And there was a job in particular that I worked for, and a company that I worked for, and I had created a program. And this happened to me several times, and in retrospect, I didn't even remember it when it happened again. I didn't remember that it happened before. So I saw how this program was functioning, and I said, I can make this better. It should be better. And when I went to the person in charge, I didn't mean to say, let me do it. I was just offering suggestions as to how the program could run better. And I really feel like she felt that I couldn't do it. I really feel like she was just trying to shut me up. And when she gave me the go ahead, she gave me the go ahead with no support. I didn't have, any administrative support. I did get support from some of my fellow coworkers when I needed to come up with things like scheduling, and because once I came up with this program, I needed to be able to fit everyone in at a certain time for rotation, and that's not my thing. That's not my thing. And so I had a coworker help with that because they were, that was their thing. And then another coworker helped me to come up with an official proposal, because after I put everything together, I felt like, again, this administrator was trying to say, oh, let me shut her up. Oh, she really got this going. She really did sit down and come up with it. She looks like she's serious. Let me try to shut this down again without saying no. Come up with a proposal. So I went to another coworker who was really good at proposals. I told her what I wanted to say, and she helped me to put that together. And then the program went off. Then I had no administration backing when the program began. So I was the facilitator of the creator of the program, and I had to facilitate the program. On top of facilitating the program, I had to run a group, which was fine. It all worked out. When things worked out for an entire semester, everybody was getting the credit and giving the credit except for me. I was real salty about that. As time went on, my position as facilitator was given to a person who had a higher position than me, and it flopped because he didn't know what he was doing, because it wasn't the project wasn't his baby, and I didn't have anything personally against him. It was me against administration. And I guess in retrospect, I recognize that the reason that position was taken from me was because of my title. And so anyway, I wound up being asked to go and help this person run my program. And I was salty about that, but I did it. Fast forward, this has happened a few times. The point, I'm getting to the point. So I've done some things in life. I always wanted to audition for Juilliard. I went to Truman High School, and I went there for music. I was told that because it wasn't my zone school, that I had to do ninth grade as just regular academic, and then transfer to music, which I never did. I wound up just doing Glee Club, and my guidance counselor at the time, she sucked eggs, and that's a whole other story. But basically, I felt like I missed out on something. I felt like I should have gone to a performing arts school from high school. I felt like I should have been on a list of audition for Juilliard and what have you, and I didn't. And I didn't really major in music per se until I got into high school. And I always was a little salty about that. I'm salty a lot. Anyway, path, blazing, creating a path. One last thing that I was saying to my kid. I said, I realize that I am that person that steps out and makes their own path and leaves a trail. Even when it's snowing, sometimes there's a trail that's made by people. They walk, and then someone comes and they walk, and they start with the footprints, and somebody comes behind them, and then there's a whole bunch of different footprints with different sizes of shoes and whatnot, and it starts to ice over a little bit, but everybody continues to walk in that path and in that trail because it's safer, or they may feel that it's safer than figuring out the depth of the snow and risking twisting your ankle and whatnot. But for me, I feel like, especially when it starts to ice over a little bit, and there are all these different size shoe prints that's not mine, that I'm trying to navigate through this trail, and I'm like, I feel like I'm going to twist my ankle even more so, because you got to just put your foot, like, I don't know how to explain, like, it's not smooth. So I guess when I put my foot in, I'm afraid that it's going to slide this way or slide that way, and I'm not getting the right grip. So in that case, subconsciously, because I'm just figuring this out now when I'm looking at it in retrospect, that I'm the person that will walk off and set my own trail and start making my own footprints. So even if I'm walking slow to avoid twisting my ankle, I know that this is my trail, and I'm doing it for safety. I'm not really thinking about, I don't want to walk in anybody else's trail. That's not really my thought pattern, but I do it, and I do it a lot when it snows, in the past. And so all of this to say that I am actually a trail setter, and I hadn't realized it until now. My freaking baby is auditioning for LaGuardia High School. And you know what? No, I'm not living vicariously through either of my children. But what I will say is that my children, they are me. Even though technically they are different people, they're pieces of me. So I'm going to say that I made a trail for this path, and now one of my kids is following this LaGuardia, this specialized school path, and she's auditioning for freaking LaGuardia. Listen, I'm not even going to say whether the odds are. The fact that she's auditioning, and she's good. She's good enough. She's good enough. And I would be very apprehensive about sending her all the way over there. But you know what? A piece of me is doing what I set out to do, or what I set out to do, what my passion was from the get. Set that trail, blaze it,